Coaches, welcome. In today's topic, I'm going to discuss with you why we like to use compressed wide receiver sets when running concepts like the Air Raid 92 mesh play. So my name is Coach Trotter. I'm the head football coach at Pine Lake Prep High School in Mooresville, North Carolina. Here's my contact information for you. If any of you want to reach out to me, discuss anything, I'd be more than happy to do so. I can share a film with you, give you some more diagrams that we've used, or just discuss any questions you may have. So first, why do we like compressed wide receiver sets? Well, first, I don't know about you, but most of the places I've been, I haven't been blessed with wide receivers who, are really, really fast. Most of the time, our best guys are 4.8, 4.9 receivers. We just haven't had those 4.5 burners. So having compressed sets allows our wide receivers to get across the field quicker when we're running any type of crossing routes. For this particular concept, it allows more space on the outside for our corner routes. It puts the linebackers packed into the box, so when our running back swings out, it has the linebackers having a trail behind them. And then for our meshers, it gives them more room on the outside to run once they've caught the ball. So this here is a diagram for how we run 92 or the mesh play. First, our outside receivers are always on the line of scrimmage. Our slots are always off. That's just how we do it. So for the outside receivers, they have a 6-step corner. Now, we call this a corner route with a high corner, but really this is a 6-step fine grass outside break. So we could run a true corner route here, but we could also break this outside to the sidelines. For our inside wide receivers, we're going to run the mesh play. Right side is always over top of left. We want to set this depth no deeper than 6 yards. A lot of times this happens at 4 yards, and that's great. We're going to treat this like man coverage. Unlike traditional mesh play where the meshers are going to look at the opposite side receiver to see if there's somebody trailing for man or playing zone, we're going to continue to run just like man coverage and get out wide. Quarterback, you need to read the loosest corner, whichever the best matchup is. You also need to tell the back to swing to that side. Your progression for this is going to be corner, swing to front side mesh. Now, this is key when it talks about mesh. A lot of people don't like mesh because I think they understand the read progression for it. The mesh is not the primary here. The mesh is the check down, and that's something we drill into their heads all the time. While we call the play mesh, the mesh is the check down route here. Quarterback, your drop is going to be one big, two quick. And the way that we read this, okay, you're going to read your corner route first. If for some reason you don't like that, you're going to come down to the swing. If this underneath defender here has vacated and is attacking the swing to take it away, now your front side mesh route is open. If those three are somehow covered, you need to take off and run because our pass protection is probably not going to hold up for you to get to a 4th and 5th read. All right, running back, you need to swing wide to the read side. The quarterback will tell you which side to go to. Variation of this play is what we call 92 switch. This is a mesh switch play. All that we're doing is we're switching the routes of the outside receivers and the inside receivers. So now the outside receivers are running the mesh, the insides are running the corners. It's a good change up for us. It's a good one for getting a lot of tight man coverage. We get some natural picks in there as well. And it's just a way to change things up and attack the defense differently. Everything else stays the same. Quarterback read progression stays the same. So that's the reason I like doing concepts like this, because nothing changes for the quarterback. So let's go ahead and get into a little film here. All right, so we're on the right hash. Our outside receivers are lining inside the numbers. Our outside left receiver is a little bit wider than I'd like, but he's still inside the hash, which is fine. We just don't want him too wide. So you'll see here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right here inside the box. They're playing a too high shell on us. All right, we've got 2 kind of playing over top of the corner. Quarterback immediately comes back, hits the swing. This is why we say get this wide. You'll see this backer right here is trailing him. That's about an 18-yard pickup on a swing. All right, again, we're inside. This guy still could have been a little bit tighter, but that's fine. We're inside the numbers on the hash side. We throw that corner out over top. Receiver's taking his best release. We're not an outside release, inside release. It's whatever your best release is to get open. He breaks it back outside. Quarterback puts him on the spot for him. All right, same game. Now we're going to hit the mesh. All right, doesn't like the corner. He vacates. He's coming to the front side mesh here, but we have collision. So immediately he doesn't see it. He checks the other side mesh, dumps it off. You'll see teams that really like to start trying to attack your mesh guys and start trying to bang them as they come across. So sometimes your quarterback's going to have to adjust and come off. It was just a good recognition by him. Another corner throw. All right. Right now, 6 step, foot in the ground. He tried to flatten that out as he went to the sideline, which is what we want him to do. All right, now this is our mesh switch play. So our slots are going to run the outside corner routes, our outsides are going to run the mesh route. We don't complete this, but again, you see what's happening here. We also have the back end to protect against this team. So I'm going to run that back. Quarterback just slightly overthrew him. Now, this is where I talk about telling the running backs to get wide. He needs to be attacking the hash. He's looking too soon. He needs to be out here running hard. All right, all 11 are within the hash. So if he gets wide and turns this outside, we get a big gain. Instead, he comes back inside. Now, for those of you who sat through this and, suffered through it, I've got something special for you here at the end. This is our best inside the 10 2-point play. Okay, I love to run this, when we get inside the 5 especially. What's going to happen is our OL and our running back are going to do our 60 sprint right protection. So however your sprint out protection works, use that here for us. The front side is going to reach and run. The back is going to seal the first thread off the edge, and the back side will hinge protect. For our routes, the X is going to run over the top. This is the only time that we switch up right over left. Okay, and we only run this direction. The X is going to run the mesh over the top, aiming for 1 yard behind the umpire. The H receiver, our slot on the innermost here, is aiming to run right behind the umpire. So he's running in between the X and the umpire. The reason we want to do this is we want to pick off whatever trailing defender is there. Our Z is going to run a shoot route straight to the front pylon. Our Y is going to run a corner route to the back pylon. Quarterback, your job is to take a 5-step sprint right. If you get any immediate hot pressure off the edge, corner blitz, some type of safety coming that we can't account for, you have 2 built-in hot throws. You have the shoot route and the corner route that you can dump it off to right now. If you don't have immediate pressure, take your 5th step, put your foot in the ground, turn, and throw back to the H on the other side. So number 5 right here. Now, ideally, he would have been a little bit tighter. He was lining up where he should have. If we were in the middle of the field, we were on the hash. He didn't adjust, but we still have it happen. This roll right here with this, we'll get a little bit of a pick with these backers, but you'll see he runs right off the back of the umpire here. They actually pick themselves off. There we go. So coaches, I hope you found this helpful. Again, feel free to contact me if you have any questions whatsoever. I love the mesh play. I love all the different ways that you can run it. And I'm here to be a resource to anybody that needs it. Thank you.